Welcome back, everyone. Our topic today on this edition of It's Your Call, bed bugs and the impact they can have on you and on your life if you're bitten or, like my next guest, totally infested. Robin Boyd's home had a severe bed bug infestation that left her repeatedly covered with bites. It was so severe that she's now suing the furniture store she says sold her bed bug infested furniture. She's joined by her attorney, Barry Galtanoff. Thank you very much for being with us.
Okay.
Robin, tell me how you were impacted by having your home taken over by bed bugs.
It was a nightmare. I bought this used furniture. Actually, it was leasing it. Was so excited about having it, brought it into my home. Went to work at 3, came home, took a shower, got in the bed, and I was awoken at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had bites all over my body.
Did you have any idea what they were?
I
because
didn't have
most
a
of us
clue.
don't even think about or hadn't been thinking about bed bugs until recently.
I didn't have a clue what they were. I have never in my life dealt with bed bugs. I was always taught, and a lot of people too, still to the day, taught that bed bugs come from dirty people. And that's what I thought. So I didn't think, I'm not dirty, so I know, what could it be? I thought maybe spider bites. But I didn't know that I didn't have them before I had the furniture. So I waited until they opened up, and I just walked down there, drove down there, and went in there, and I showed them my bites.
So you had bites all over your
I had
body.
them all over my back, my shoulders, my legs, my breasts, my face.
How uncomfortable was that?
Oh my God, it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I can't even tell you and express to you how my life was and how bad it was for me. You isolate yourself from people. You don't want to affect nobody else. You don't trust nobody else. You don't trust sitting nowhere else. Your life's a nightmare.
So you had these bites, which we've been seeing on the screen here, all over your body.
Yeah.
You went down to the furniture store where you had gotten the furniture and showed the bites to management. Obviously, they cringed. They cringed.
They cringed.
What was the reaction other than
they cringed? And I said to them, I said, "What's going on?" And the one guy said, "They look like bed bites." I'm like, "Well, I don't have no bed bites." And he said, "Well, we'll come and have your place sprayed."
Okay.
That's so.
With a pesticide.
Yeah. So I'm like, spray how? Because first they said they were going to have somebody from their office do it. And I'm like, no, I think you better have somebody professional, which they did. But everything from that day was just like a domino effect with me. Everything was done wrong.
Okay, so when they sprayed, the bed bugs remained. How long over a period of time did you end up having them in your place?
I had it for like 8 to 9 months. I had to leave.
8 to 9 months?
Lynn, 8 to 9 months.
I thought you were going to say 8 to 9 days.
No, ma'am.
It took that long to get rid of them?
Ma'am, they still could be there. I don't know.
Okay, but you left.
I left.
And you left the furniture behind.
I left everything.
Okay, Barry, it seems like a very extreme step to sue over bed bugs, but then when you hear Robin's story about how her life was impacted for months and months on end, it's not really that extreme, is it?
No, it isn't. Robin has suffered tremendously, both with the scars on her body, the bites, the physical harm, but also psychological. She lost her hair.
Oh, God.
It's just she can't sleep at night. She's just worried. She lost her job, and basically her life was turned upside down.
So here are these creatures, Jeff, that we've been talking about. You think, oh, they're bugs and they're creepy and icky, but this is a horror story to know that it could have this kind of impact on an individual's life.
Absolutely. We've seen people lose sleep. They can't sleep the same they used to in their bed. And it's, until you deal with this, I don't think people truly appreciate what it's like.
Exactly.
And, you think, oh, no big deal. And it is.
It's like, myself, I'm like, the little bugs. I'm like, what? I can do this. You know what I mean? I can get rid of this. This is my home, you know, but
no bug's going to chase me out of my house.
No bug's going to chase me out of my house.
Right.
But it's not that simple. I mean, you get depressed. I was on depression. I had to take pills for my depression. I started stressing so bad my hair was coming out in globs. I was doing I worked, and I didn't want to go to work because I was so paranoid. It makes you so paranoid. You don't want to affect anybody, so you're calling out, or you're trying to get people to work for you, or sooner or later, I'm fired. You know what I'm saying? Because of you just don't, everything just goes, it's awful. Your whole life, and it seems like nobody can help you, and then you don't really reach out for help because you isolate yourself because you're scared. When you say bed bugs, people cringe.
You think it's a social stigma attached to having
yeah.
bed bugs?
Oh my God, you say bed bugs, I mean, people cringe. I mean, they're standing back. Oh, and you could tell them that you don't have them no more, it's gone, and they're still standing back.
I've had reaction from the Facebook question that we posed where people said friends stopped coming over because they were uncomfortable coming into someone's house that had bed bugs. Play dates for children stopped because like head lice, when it goes through a school, everybody gets freaked out about that, and with good cause. But that there has really been a social stigma that attaches itself to these creatures that then attach themselves to us.
You get so depressed that when you on a holiday, you know, I usually have a big dinner and I cook for my family and everybody comes to my home. And so, of course, you know, I wouldn't allow nobody to come in, even to my home. My son came from Harrisburg and all the way, and I lived in Norristown, and I wouldn't even let him in. And I wouldn't go talk, you know, I talked to him out on the patio. But you just isolate yourself from everybody. You're consumed. You are consumed with bed bugs from morning till night.
Why did it take 9 months to finally eradicate the problem?
I'm glad you asked that question. Well, first of all, they kept telling me when they were exterminating, it's going to take 2 weeks wait. It's going to take 2 weeks wait. But the whole time they exterminate my house, they didn't do it right. Instead of them taking out the dressers and doing it all, they didn't do that. Me not being ignorant and no knowledge of bed bugs, when I was jumping out of my bed from being bitten, I was jumping into my living room and laying. So here, me not being educated, I was taking my bed bugs and I was taking them into my living room without even knowing it.
So unwittingly you were aiding and abetting
the
traveling bed
bug. So then I start bombing myself, and there's one time that I remember, 8 good days I had. 8 good days, I'm like, okay, this is done.
Ooh.
But they came back in vengeance.
It's frightening when you think about it. We're going to hear more of Robin's story and what your recourse is if, in fact, you find yourself infested. And one note, you should probably know that when you do rent or have used furniture, that you're more likely to have an experience. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to have some more travel advice for you if you're traveling this holiday season. But you need to stay with us to get it. And if you have questions or comments, you need to email me at lynn@lynndoyle.net.